I take immense pleasure in welcoming our guest speaker for today. And sorry for this late start on day two because of some network issues. So let us welcome the guest speaker for today, Ms. Shabana, who is an experienced and versatile trainer with 8 years of work experience that includes training, delivery, and project management, development work, recruitment, placement activities, content development, and managing various operations teams in regional and international organizations. She was associated with educational institutes such as Indian Institute of Information Technology, Savita Engineering College, Sairam Engineering College, Etraj College for Women, Hindustan University, KCT College of Engineering, St. Vincent Pallotti, SRM and corporates such as Expertise India Private Limited, Purple Leap, IBDO as motivational, soft skill and aptitude trainer. Currently, she is associated as freelancer and consultant with training companies and educational institutions. Thanks a lot for the students who are participating in day two workshop. And the topic for today is aptitude and reasoning. Aptitude is omnipresent nowadays, is what I can say. Starting from your placements, whether you go for any competitive examinations like TNPSC, UPSC, or if you're going to appear for some higher education, wherever you go, aptitude plays a vital role. Even in the interview process, the first round of interview itself would be aptitude. Only once you clear this aptitude, you will be moving on to the next further rounds. So this is the importance of aptitude and reasoning in today's competitive scenario. So I request you students to take a note and pen and make a note of the aptitude shortcuts, whatever she is going to give you today. And over to you, Shabana ma'am.
Done for this introduction, marvelous introduction. Good evening, girls. Good evening. A very happy evening to each and everyone here. I'm Shabana. I'm from E Square Training Consultants. So we are a started firm. We have started a couple of years back into this training. So this is actually done by, a couple of trainers who are more experienced, and we do more training programs under this shelter. Now, I would really like to thank the secretary, the associate secretary, principal, and the placement officer for giving us this wonderful opportunity to meet you all. Even in this pandemic, it's a great opportunity for us to meet you all at least over the network, right? So I guess ma'am has given enough information about why aptitude is important because, see, one question that I have for you all, like, why are we all sitting at this point of time, maybe at 4 o'clock in the evening? This is not the usual time which we spend to learn something, isn't it? So we are here, of course, because but even though this pandemic has closed all the institutions, all the doors of any educational institution has been closed, but still you have a great I would really like to give you a big salutation for taking this initiative to learn something even after your college hours. Okay, so the main reason why we are sitting here at this point of time to learn something is because we all are looking out for something, something a better perspective for our future. Maybe it can be your jobs, it can be your careers, it can be a very big opportunity that you are waiting for, and so. Okay, now, so jobs, as far as jobs are concerned, what is the main objective that a person who's going to recruit us look into us? So, of course, a person who wanted to recruit us, who wanted to, make us a billable resource, are looking out for a smart, a person who can think something in a very short span of time. So, this is the quality a person expects. Right. So instead of jumping directly into aptitude, I just wanted to give a initiative about, just an introduction about what we are going to learn. So what is meant by aptitude? Aptitude, I'm telling you, it's the natural ability to understand something, solve, think analytically, bring it down in papers, and give the solution in a very, very short span of time. So that's what aptitude means. We have aptitude in our every day-to-day life. You must not have imagined we have aptitude in every day-to-day life. Okay. Let me tell you something. Like you must have seen a poster, you must have gone for any shopping. You must have say, since it is a group of girls who's been listening, I'm just giving you a point which is very familiar to all. You must have seen a discount point, or a year-end sale. So you must have seen a poster saying that buy three. Okay, buy three, get two free. I hope you all have seen this. Buy three, get two free. It may not be the same numbers, but still, buy four, get one free. Buy five, get one free. Or buy six, get three free. Okay, so however, you must have seen this post, buy three, get two free. Have you ever thought like what would be the discount percentage in it? Okay, so this is a very, very familiar post where we have seen lot of things like this: buy three, get two free, or buy four, get one free. So have you ever thought like what is the discount percentage in it? Okay, so what is the discount percentage in it? So of course, this thought relates to your aptitude. Okay, this thought relates to your aptitude. And let me give you another example. Let me give you another example. Like we have lot of like we have lot of increase in your expenditure. Say your petrol has been increasing, your gold rate is increasing, your your regular usage of your products like your groceries have been increasing. Let's take one example. Say let it be a petrol, right? So imagine that you are driving your two wheeler to your college, and you commute from your home to your college through your two wheeler. So immediately the petrol rises to 20 percentage. Now your parents say that they won't give you any other extra expense. They don't want you to spend anything extra for it. So have you ever thought like if the petrol is being increased by 20 percentage, by how much should you reduce your usage to balance your budget? So of course that relates to your aptitude. Now let me give you another example. Like you must be traveling in a train. Okay, so imagine that you have a platform here. So you're standing in the middle of a platform. Okay, here is a train that crosses you. The train comes at a certain speed. The train has 12 bogies, that is 12 boxes. So have you ever thought like how many seconds does the train take to cross you without a stopwatch? So all these relates to your aptitude. The point that I would like to say is aptitude is being there in your everyday life. So that's what a person who's going to recruit us expect. Okay, so what like how well you are in a position to understand something, calculate, analyze, and give the answer in a very, very short span of time. Okay, now again, before going into it, I would like to tell you a few exams that has been literally where aptitude has been literally very, very important. I guess you must have heard about something called as NQT. See, of course, apart talking from this, see, your aptitude is very important when if you are preparing for your campus recruitment. Your aptitude, of course, is very, very important if you are preparing for your campus recruitment. Again, it is very important if you are preparing for your competitive exams. Okay, so of course, it's very, very important if you are preparing for your competitive exams. Again, so if you are preparing for your higher educations, your eligibility test, okay, if you are preparing for your higher studies or higher education, your eligibility test again relates to your aptitude. So this is going to be your entry or exit ticket after whatever step or whatever career you wanted to follow. Either you wanted to go for your campus, or you wanted to go for your competitive exam, or you wanted to go for any higher education. Of course, aptitude plays a vital role here. All right. Now, let's say when you talk about campus, I hope you all know about it since you're all final years. You have lot of competitive exams that's been happening. Let's take litmus. You can talk about co-cubes. You can take AMCAT, and you have a very, very recent test called NQT. Okay, so gone are the days where you take tests for each and every companies according to the requirement. So this is no more. Now you take a test, you take the score. I mean, of course, you have a scorecard. You take the score, you put it in your resume, and you send your resume to the company. So that's what future days are going to be projected, right? So campus interviews is going to be like that. Of course, aptitude plays a major role there. Again, coming on to competitive exams, so you have a lot of opportunities. Either you go for your bank or you go for any non-banking jobs. So wherever you take IBPS, you take SBO, PO, SBI, PO, clerk, anything that you take competitive exams, definitely you can also take UPSC, any career guidance test, or TNPSC. Okay, so any examination that you take, you definitely have aptitude as your initial round. That's going to be your eligibility test. Okay, the prelims also carries aptitude, which will consider if you are in to take at least the exams or not. So of course, aptitude is really very, very important. Now, what comes in aptitude? So a few questions is what we discussed a couple of minutes back. So to start with, in this particular session, okay, so we are going to see how to solve squares of any two-digit number, how to quickly find out cubes of any two-digit number, how to find out square roots of, I mean, if the root is going to be any two-digit number, or square roots of a three-digit or four-digit number, how to find the cube roots of five or six-digit number. So all these are the ones which we are going to see today for this particular session. So I hope this is a 6 days program where 3 days you spend for your interview skills, resume, and everything. The other 3 days you spend for your, something called as your aptitude. Okay, so aptitude as such is a very, very big ocean. You have a lot of topics inside, starting from numbers, which is a very, very major topic, and you have ratios, proportions, permutations, and you have probability, you have time, speed, and distance, you have averages, ages. Okay, so you have a big list of topics, and similarly in reasoning again you have again a very big list. Like you start from analytical reasoning, you have clocks, you have calendars, you have cubes, and you have a lot of topics. You have something called as knights and knaves. So you imagine it's argument about people who speak truth and people who lie. Okay, so you have a lot of opportunities. So ultimately this is something which will make you think. So that's the only thing which is being required to take this forward. Right. So we will directly go into the session. I am not going to give you enough information. Now, before we start, I wanted to ask you a very simple question. Okay, so this is the usual question which we go for. I mean, we go for any campus interview, or we go for any for any training part. So this would be the first question, which can better explain what aptitude is. Okay, this is a puzzle. I want somebody to answer, give answers as in you think. Okay, whatever your answer be. So I want people to give answers for this puzzle, but please understand it very, very carefully. So this is about a very, very honest person. A honest person means a person who's really, genuine. Okay, so this is it's about a very honest person called, okay, honest person called Mayor Brogan. I hope you all can see the board. So it's about a honest person called Mayor Brogan. Okay, now this person wanted to buy three different articles. He wanted to buy three different articles. Okay, so the first one he wanted to buy is a hat. The second one he wanted to buy is a suit. And the third one he wanted to buy is a shoe, a pair of shoes, of course. Okay, I repeat, it's about a very honest person. His name is Mayor Brogan. He wanted to buy three different articles. The first one is a hat, the second one is a suit, and the third one is a pair of shoes. Now, what happens? He walks into a supermart. A supermart is a place where you get all kinds of articles. So he walks into a supermart to get all these three. The first department that he enters, of course, is a hat department. Okay, so now he see a hat that cost $10. He wanted to buy a hat that cost $10, but unfortunately, he doesn't have $10 with him. He has something less than that. So what he posed to the shopkeeper is that if he could double his money. Okay, I tell this very, very slowly, so please listen to it carefully. I want you all to observe and give answers. He speaks to the shopkeeper that if I mean he wants to double his money by seeking it from the shopkeeper. That is, he gets the same money whatever he has with him at this point of time from the shopkeeper. So if that happens, he could buy this hat. So this is a statement given by the mayor. So of course he's a very honest person, though. So the shopkeeper knows it. So he gives him whatever. I mean, the shopkeeper offers him whatever mayor asks, and then he could buy this hat, and then walks into the second department, which is a suit department. So while entering into a suit department, of course, he has this hat that costs $10 and some money with him. So again, he saw a suit that cost $10. He wanted to buy this suit, but again, the same problem arises. He doesn't have money with him. So what he says to the shopkeeper again is that he wants to double his money by taking it from the shopkeeper again. So whatever he does it with the first shopkeeper, he want to do it with the second shopkeeper. But remember, the money he asked from the first shopkeeper may not be the same with the second shopkeeper. Okay, so he wanted to buy this $10 suit, but he doesn't have $10 with him. He has something less than that. Okay, so he asks the same thing, whatever he has with him from the second shopkeeper. So the second shopkeeper also gives him. So after getting it, I mean, getting the suit for $10, he walks into the third department, which is a shoe department. So here again, he see a shoe that cost $10. He wanted to buy the shoe, and he bought the shoe in the same propositions as he bought the first two articles. So after getting all the three, he walks out of the supermart. Okay. Now the point is, when he walks out of the supermart, he doesn't have money at all. His pockets are empty. Okay. So now my question is, when he enters with some amount, he bought a hat that cost $10 by doubling it from the first shopkeeper, and then he bought another suit for $10 again by doubling it from the shopkeeper. Then he gets the shoe for $10 in the same proposition as he bought the first two articles, and walking out with zero money. So what must be the money he had when he entered this store? Okay, so what must be the money he had, or how many dollars he had when he entered the store? I hope my question is clear. Okay, I hope my question is clear, right? So what can be the answer? So you can think about it for maybe few seconds and give me your answers. What can be your answer? And in case for any doubts or clarifications, also you can, you can post it across. So let me repeat the question again. It's about a very honest person, and his name is Mayor Brockett. He walks into a supermarket to get three different articles. The first one he wanted to buy is a hat that cost $10. Okay, the second one he wanted to buy, of course, he doesn't have $10 with him. So he doubles his money by taking it from the shopkeeper, then walks into the second department, which is a shoe department. Suit department. So here again, he bought a suit that cost $10 by doubling it across with the second shopkeeper, and then walks into the third department, which is a shoe department. So here again, he bought a shoe that cost $10 in the same proposition as he bought the first two articles. So when he walks out of the supermarket, he is with no money, his pockets are empty. So what could be the money he had when he entered the store?
Ma'am, is it $5?
Okay, very good, Pragati. Thanks a lot for giving this answer. Now, if it is going to be $5, so let's work out. See, this is the very, very crucial point about your, the question. Okay, let me erase everything, right? So, I am taking it in this way. So, this is a hat department. So, here the cost of hat is $10. So, this is a, say, suit department. The cost is $10. And the next one is a shoe department whose cost is $10 again. So he walks in. Okay, so you're telling that it is going to be $5. So if it is $5, okay, he enters with $5. Right, he enters with $5. 1 second. So of course, $5 is not enough to get this $10 article. So he doubles his money. So he gets $5 from the first shopkeeper. And then, so he must have got $10 by now. So he got $5 from this first shopkeeper. He must have got $10 now. So he spent $10 entirely for the first article, and he walks into the second department with $0. He walks into the second department with zero money. So which means that $5 is the wrong answer. Is it clear? Am I clear for, I hope I'm clear for everyone. So he enter with $5. He's doubling his money. That is he gets another $5. He spends all the $10 and walks into the second department with zero money. So which means that $5 will not be your answer. Okay. So what can be the answer for this? Okay. See, I'll give you one simple tactics. Maybe, I'll start by the calculation. You can immediately, follow and get me the answer. Like, so here he walks out with zero money, which means that, okay, so this is going to be your clue. So he walks out with zero money. Of course, he has entered the third department. He has doubled his money, spent everything, went out with zero money. So which means that he must have entered with $5. So he entered with $5. He got another $5. Now he has $10. He had spent all the $10 and went out with zero money. Okay. So which means that he has entered the third department with $5. Now imagine you have already spent $10 here. Okay, so see, there are a lot of methods. It is not necessary that you have to go out, you have to calculate only by this. You can even go by, something called as trial and error. You can trial with different numbers. You can check with, say, 7, you can check with 8, you can check with 6. And then, by the way, you check, you get the answer simultaneously. So that's called as trial and error. So that's one way of calculating. Or you can go by equation. Say he has X money with him when he enters, he doubles, so it becomes 2x. He spent 10, so 2x minus 10. So you can keep that as y. He enters, again double, so it becomes 2y minus 10. So that you can build up your equations. That's another form of working. But you see, when it comes to either campus interview or competitive exams, okay, this is highly time management. You would not be given. I'm telling you, like, I'll share few experiences which a couple of my students has shared with me. You will not have enough time. Okay, you will literally have the question in your, either on your monitor or in a paper with a pen. Okay, you have time running. If it is going to be your computer monitor, you have time running either on your top right corner or top left corner. You will not have calculators. You will not have space enough to work. You will be given just a small bit of paper where you have to solve almost 30-40 questions. Okay, so imagine the stress you will undergo. Okay, and here I explain the question in those cases, maybe in your campus placements or competitive exam, there's no one to explain the question either. So you have to read the question, understand it properly, and then start solving. So by the time you trial, you get errors, again you try, you find out the answer, the time would have been completely. Okay, so in that case, and again, by even by equations, you draft some equations, solve, you will not have enough time to solve the other questions. So it's better that you take a very, very short step or find out the strategy and think in a different way to get the answer. So here I'm taking this way, which would easily, give you the answer in a very short span of time where you need not even, use a lot of space to calculate. So here you have $0. So he entered with $5, he doubled, he had $10, he had spent all the $10 and went out with zero money. He had spent $10 here for the second article and came out with $5. So 10 plus 5, ultimately he has $15 inside the second department, where half of which is a mayor's and half of which is a shopkeeper's. So half of 15 is 7.5. Okay, so half of 15 is $7.5. So which means that he has entered with $7.5. Okay, so he enters with 7.5, he doubles it, he gets another 7.5, and now he has 15, he spent 10 and walks out with $5. So ultimately, my logic works out. Now, let me apply the same logic to the first department to find out the answer naturally. So he came out with 7.5, he spent $10, so 10 plus 7.5 is 17.5, where half is the mayor money and half is the shopkeeper's money. So half of 17.5 is 8.75, and that will be your answer. Okay, so he enters with 8.75, he doubles, which becomes 17.5, he spent $10, walks out with 7.5, again he doubles, it becomes 15, he spent $10, walks out with 5, again he doubles there, he gets $10, spend everything and walks out with zero money. Okay, so ultimately, to solve this, okay, you must have used nothing else but your addition skill, your multiplication skill, or to the maximum your subtraction and division, and nothing else. Right? So this is what a company expects. Okay, so with whatever you know, how you are able to develop something, how you are able to differentiate or solve a very complex problem, make it simple, give the answer in a very short span of time. So this is the the most important skill that a company expects. Either it may be your government sector or it may be your private sector. Okay, so with this information, let me start. So as I told you, your competitive exams or your campus placements does not allow you to use calculators, I choose finding out squares and cubes as your first division. So let me just go ahead with that. All right. So finding out squares. Now, if you are in the verge of finding out squares of any two-digit number, squares of any two-digit number. Okay, I divide this two-digit number into three different categories. One is that a number ending with zero. Okay, ending with zero. The other one is that the number ending with five. I'm sorry, ending with five. Okay, and the third category is the rest all numbers. The third category is the rest all numbers, other numbers. Okay, I repeat, to finding out the square of any two-digit number, I've categorized the entire two-digit number into three different categories. One is that ending with zero, the other one is ending with five, the other numbers are the remaining all numbers. Okay, so when you take ending with zero, you can take 20, 20 square, 30 square, 40 square, etc. And I hope it is very, very easy to find out. You just square this number. So 2 square is 4. You have two zeros because see this is 20 into 20. Ultimately we do 2 2s is 4 and you take two zeros. 400. Simple. So it's the same way. So 30 square as such you know it's 900. 40 square it's 1600. Right. So number ending with 0 is as simple as it is. The same simplicity number ending with 5 also follows. Now let's take one number 15 square. Okay, now carefully, see you have one in your, see gone are the days where you take 15 into 15. So this is no way going to help you out. Okay, because it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of space. So that's no way is going to help you out. Now let's take 15 square is, I take 25 because 15 5 square. This is my ones digit and this is my tens digit. Now I take ones digit, square it, put it across, over. Now here is my tens digit. So I have 1 here. Now I take 1. Now what is 1's next number? So 1 is followed by 2. I multiply 2 with 1. So 1 into 2 is 2 and that's going to be your hundreds place. Okay. So I repeat, I take this one. Okay. The tens digit here. Now I multiply it with the following number. So 1, 1's following number is 2. So 1 into 2 is 2. So 225. Simple. Next, 25 square. It's the same way. I have 2 here. Now following number is 3. Product of 2 and 3 is 6. So 6, 5 square, 25. So just by looking at the number, you can give your answer. A 35 square similarly would be 3 here. So 3's following number is 4. So 3 fours is 12. 1225 will be your answer. Now you can solve any number with this strategy. So you take 75 square. So 7, 7 is followed by 8. 7 eighths is 56. So 56, 25. Simple. It gives you the answer. Now you can take 95 square. Okay, 9. 9's following number is 10. So 9 into 10 is 90, 25. This will be your answer. So any number ending with 5, you can use this method to get the answer quickly. Now you must be questioning, why is it necessary to do all this? Because it comes in your later question. Now let's say I'm asking you a question. Find the last three digit or find the entire answer for 25 square plus 35 square plus 45 square plus 55 square plus 65 square. Okay, so instead of doing all this, you can just add 6, 25, 12, 25, 4 5s is 20, 25, 5 6 is 30, 25, 6 7s is 42, 25. Right? So all you have to do is only your addition part. Simple. So this will reduce a lot of time, okay, which in turn will save time to solve any complex problem. Now coming on for the other numbers, so here you have a entirely different strategy where I take any number xy. I'm taking some xy number. I'm going to find the square of a two-digit number where y is my ones digit and x is my tens digit. Okay, so y is my ones digit and x is my tens digit. Now what I'll do is I'll square my tens digit, put it in a square bracket as it is. Okay, I square my tens digit, put it in the square bracket as it is. and then I'll square my ones digit, again put it in the bracket as it is. Remember, the numbers inside the bracket must be a two-digit number. Okay, the numbers inside my bracket must be a two-digit number. So I'll square this number, put it separately, square this number again, put it separately, plus. Now what I'll do is I'll multiply these two numbers, double it. That is, I multiply it by 2 again. I multiply these two separately, double it, and add 0 at the end, which means that I put it as 20 into x into y. That 20 is common for all the two-digit number. Now let's take few examples. I'm going to erase all this. Okay, let me erase all this. Let's take simple numbers. Let's take say 23 square. Let's take 23 square, or let's take 32 square. That would be the ideal number. So 32 square, right? So 32 square is, I take 3 square, which is 0.9, 2 square, which is 0.4. Okay, 3 square, 2 square. You understood the reason why I'm taking 0 before that? Because it has to be a two-digit number. So now plus, okay, I'll multiply these two. So 3 twos is 6. I double it. So 6 becomes 12. I add 0 at the end. So it is 120. So now it's 4, 2 and 10. So of course 32 into 32, okay, will take at least a few seconds extra compared to this. This will definitely save a couple of seconds to solve for complex numbers. Okay, now let's take 58 square. Okay, so 5 square is 25, 8 square is 64. Okay, 5 square, 8 square. Now 5 eighths is 40. I double it, it becomes 80, and add 0 at the end, which is 800. I repeat, 5 square, 8 square. Okay, 5 into 8 is 40. I double it or multiply it by 2, it becomes 80, and add 0 at the end, so 800. So now it's 4, 6, 5 and 8 will be 13 and 3. So 3364 is your answer. I hope it's clear. Okay, we'll solve a couple of numbers with the same strategy. Now let's take, you can suggest, people, you can either give in the comments or suggest any other numbers if you wish. Now in the meantime, let's take 78 square. Okay, 78 square. 7 square is 49. 8 square is 64. Alright, so 7 eighths is 56. So you have to add something here. So 7 eighths is 56. Double of 56 is, see, 56, I double it. I take 50 plus 6. So 50 and 50 is 100. 6 and 6 is 12. So it becomes 112. I have to add 0 at the end. So it is 1120. So add 4, 8, 10 and 6. 6084 will be your answer. Okay, now let's take any other number. Any other number you have in your mind? Let's take, say, 89 square. So 8 square, 64. 9 square is 81. 8 nines. Okay, 8 square, 9 square. 8 nines is 72. I double it, it becomes 144. Okay, so 72, when you double it, it becomes 144. I have to add 0 at the end. So 1, 12, 9 and 7. 7921 will be your answer. Okay, I hope it's clear for everyone. Okay, see, there's a different procedure. Pragati, you have anything to say?
Ma'am, we have a request for you to solve 54 square.
54 square, isn't it?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you, Pragati. Thank you for informing me. 54 square. Okay, see 54 square. Now 5 square, 25. 4 square is 16. Okay, 5 square, 4 square. 5 fours is 20. I double it, it becomes 40. And add 0 at the end. So 400, 0, 1, 9 and 2. So your answer will be 2960. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, all right, anytime. Okay, fine. So square, now I hope squares, finding out squares would have been a very, very easier part for you all. So we are moving on to the next one, which is to find the cubes. Okay, so to find the cubes, you need to know the cube numbers of at least 1 to 10. Okay, so let me just write it here now. One cube. Let's take a few examples. See, I hope you all know one cube is one, two cube is eight, three cube is 27, four cube is 64, five cube is 125, six cube is 216, seven cube is 343, eight cube is 512, nine cube is 729, and 10 cube is 1000. So at least till 10 cube, it's better if you could know at least this. Okay, so I guess 5 till 5 cube, it must have been a very easier part. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is what you have to practice. See, one thing I also wanted to add up is since your campus recruitments or your competitive exams does not allow you to use calculators, it's better to start living with numbers. So this is what when I was in my college days, I've been doing this. I see a number plate, I see some numbers, I start relating the numbers to each other. Maybe if the number plate says 8064, I would say 0 has no value, 8 square is 64. And I've seen a number plate as 4812. I say 12 into 4 becomes 48. Right. So you start relating out the numbers not only in the number plates, maybe with the you have lot of number series, you have contact numbers. So you start relating numbers to each other so that you become very familiarized with your tables, multiplication, division, and very basic, your basic operators becomes easy for you. So 1 to 10 cube is mandatory. Now, so after this, to find the cubes of any two-digit number, you divide the number. So in the squares, we divided into 3. So one is that ending with 0, the other one is that ending with 5, and the next one is the rest all numbers. Now here, when it comes to cubes, you divide the numbers into 4 different categories. One is that starting with 1. The other one is ending with 1. Okay, ending with 1. And doublets, you have doublets, and you have different numbers. That is, the other numbers apart from these three categories comes under your different numbers. Okay, I repeat, to find the cubes of any two-digit number, you divide the entire cube numbers into 4 different categories. One is that starting with 1, the other one is that ending with 1, the next is doublets, and then your different numbers. So of course, starting with 1 is all your, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And ending with 1 is your 21, 22. 22 comes under doublets, but still you can take 22 there. Like 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, that all comes under your ending with 1. So doublets is your 22 cube, 33 cube, and then 44 cube, 55 cube, so on comes under your doublets. Different numbers is all other numbers apart from these three categories. So we are going to solve one by one. Okay, again, in case if you have any queries, or in case if you have any other suggestions or any other numbers to be solved, you can keep me posted. So I'm going to starting with 1. So I'm going to take 12 cube, 13 cube. Okay, so let's start this. See, since 1 comes in the leftmost part, you take 1 here. Okay, then 2, then it is 2 square, which is 4, and 2 cube, which is 8. Okay, I repeat. See, you are going to find 12 cube with the shortest strategy here. So you take 1, you start with 1, because since it's your leftmost side, you start with 1, 2, 2 square, 2 cube. So you have to have 4 different numbers. Now leave the first part and the last part alone. The first number and last number to be left. So you have center 2 numbers. Now double this number. So 4 double, that is 4 into 2 becomes 8. 2 double, 2 into 2 becomes 4. So then you add. Okay, so this is 8, 12. So 6 and 1, 7, and 1, 1, 7, 2, 8 will be your answer. Okay, so let's check with, this is your 12 cube. Let's check with 13 cube, and we can solve 14 cubes simultaneously, or we can solve, all right, let it be 14 cubes simultaneously. So 13 cube, I take 1, 3, 3 square is 9, and 3 cube is 27. So I leave this 27 and 1. Now I double this number, this becomes 18. This number doubled, 3 twos is 6. Okay, so now I add. Now I'm going to add. See here, you cannot write 27 directly. You have to take only the last number. So 27 has 7 in your units place. I take 2 as my carryover to the next part. So 18 plus 2 is 20. 20 plus 9 is 29. So I take 9 here and 2 to my 2 as my carryover. So 6 and 3 is 9, 10, 11. I take 1 here. So this becomes 2. Okay, I repeat, I took 1, 3, 3 square, 3 cube. Now this number and this number is left. So I double this number, that is 9 into 2, 3 into 2. Now I add 7, 18 plus 2. So it's 27. I take 2 as my carryover. 18 plus 2 is 20. 20 plus 9 is 29. Now again 2 is my carryover. Now 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. So 1 and 1 is my carryover again. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2197 will be my answer. The same thing I do it here. Now it is 1, 4. 4 square is 16 and 4 cube is 64. You also can start working along with me. So 64, I leave 64 and I leave 1. I don't have anything to do with them. When I double this number, this becomes 32. Double this, it becomes 8. So add. So now it is 4. Here is my 6. Okay, so now I have to add 32, 16 and 6. So here again you have another shortcut. So if you are smart enough, you will think 6 and 6 is 12, 12 and 2 is 14. So I'll put 14, 4 here. 1 is my shortest carryover. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 3 is 5. I'll take 5 to this side. So this is actually 54 where I take 5 as my carryover here. So 4 and 8 is 12, 12 plus 5 is 17. So 7 and 1 is my carryover, 1 plus 1 is 2 and 2, 7, double 4 will be my answer. Okay, so 14 cube is 2744, 2744. So we solved 12 cube, 13 cube and 14 cube for starting with 1. I hope it's clear. You can post me if you have any other queries.
Ma'am, how do we solve 17 cube, for example, when the last digit, the cube of 7 would be 3 digits instead of 2?
Huh. That's all right. Let's solve 17 cube on the board. Okay, so you are going to solve 17 cube here. So 17 cube is the same way. So you take 7, 1, 7, 7 square 49 and 7 cube as 343. So I'm sorry. So here again you leave the first and last number. So double it. 49 double becomes 98. 7 double becomes 40. Okay. So now you take only the last number. So 3 here, 34 will be your carryover. See, not necessary. There are no rules that the carryover should be a single digit number. It can be a 2-digit number. It can be a 3-digit number as so. So 34 will be your carryover. Now you add 4 and 8 is 12. 12 and 9 will be 21. So this is 21. Now I take 2 as my smaller carryover. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 and 9 is 18. So it has to be 181 where I'm going to take 18 to the other side. So 18 becomes my carryover on my next part. Okay. So now again 4, 4 and 8 is 12, 12 and 7. Okay. So 4 and 8, 4 and 8 is 12, 12 and 7 will be 19. So I'll take 9, 1 as my carryover, smaller carryover. So 1, 1 and 1 is 3. So I'll take 3 to the other side. So 3 plus 1 is 4. So 49, 13 will be your answer. Right? So your carryover can be any number. So don't worry about it. There are no rules that the carryover has to be either a single or 2-digit. It can also be a 3-digit number. It depends on the problems. See, imagine that you are solving, imagine that you are solving 99 cube. Right? So not necessary it has to be a single digit number. Okay. So starting with 1 is this. Now ending with 1. So let's take few examples. Any suggestions to solve ending with 1? See, as of now, let's take 21 cube. We can take 51 cube. Okay, 21 cube, 51 cube. Okay, now let me erase everything. So 21, it's almost the same procedure. Okay, the only difference is that the point where you start. Okay, so here 1 is on your left side. So you started from left to right. Now here one is on your right side. Imagine you have to start from right to left. So 21 cube. I'm going to solve 21 cube. So I take 1, then it is 2, again 2 square and 2 cube. It's the same process. So 1, 2, 2 square and 2 cube. So again you leave the first and the last numbers. Do not disturb them. Let them be very happy. Now double this number. 2 into 2 is 4. Double this number. 4 into 2 is 8. So after this, it's the same process again you add. So 1, 6, 12 and 9. 9261 will be your answer. Okay, I repeat. It is 1, 2, 2 square, 2 cube. So post which you double the center numbers, leave the first and last, double the center numbers, add everything. So this is 1, 6, 12 and 9. 9261 will be your answer. So the same case you do with 51 cube. So here it is 1, 5, 5 square and 5 cube. Next, you leave this number and this number, double this, it becomes 10. Double this becomes 50. Then you add. So 1, it's 15. I'll take 5 and 1 as my carryover. So 50 plus 25 is 75. 75 plus 1 is 76. So 6 and 7 is my carryover. So 125 plus 7 becomes 132. So 132. This will be your answer. 1,32,651 will be your answer.
Ma'am, we have a request for you to solve
Yeah.
91 and 81 cube.
Sure, definitely. 81 cube and 91 cube. All right. See, 81 cube. Okay. So you take 1, 8, 8 square as 64 and 8 cube, which is 512. So you double this number, 8 2 is 16 and double this number, 64 doubled will be 128. So then you add, this is 1, 16 plus 8 is 24. So I take 4, 2 as my carryover. So 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 4 is 14, 1. Okay, I do not take this here. So all right, so 1 plus 6 is 7 plus 2 is 9. So it must be 9 and 1. So I'll take this 19 to the other side. I'll take 19 here. So 9 plus 2 is 11. Now this is 3 and 5. So your answer will be 5,31,441 for 81 cube. Okay, so similarly, we are going to solve 91 cube. Okay, so 91 cube, it's like 1, 9, 9 square and 9 cube, 729. So you leave these two numbers. So double this is 80 and double this becomes 160. So 81 double becomes 162. So now you add 1. This is 27. I'll take 7 and 2 as my carryover. So 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay. So 16 plus 8 would be 24. So I'll take 24 to this side. So 729 plus 24, or I'll just add as it is. 9 and 4 is 13. 1, 5 and 7. So 7,53,571. Okay, so number ending with 1 is like this. It's almost the same procedure, but there's a small difference where the place where you generally start. Okay. Now, can you give me some examples? You can suggest some examples for doublets as well. So doublets is like, as I told you earlier, it is 22, 33, 44, 55 and so on. Okay, so now let's take 22 cube. Okay, I'm starting with all twos because it becomes very easy for you to follow. Right, 22 cube, you can go with 66 cube. Okay, so we are going to take 22 cube and 66 cube. Of course, you can tell me if you want me to solve any of the numbers as such. So here, in this case, we started from left to right. In this case, we started from right to left. And here, it's going to be a little different again. So for the 4 numbers that I should take, I'll take 2 cube as my initial number. So 2 cube is 8. it's again 8, it's again 8, and it's again 8. Okay, now if it is going to be 66 cube, 6 cube is 216. So I'll take 216, 216, 216, and 216. If it is 99 cube, it will be 729, 729, 729, 729. Clear? So it is like this. Now you take all four numbers. It after this, the procedure is just the same. You leave the first and last number. You double this. 8 into 2 is 16. Again, 8 into 2 is 16. Then you add. Okay, similarly here, you leave the first and last numbers, double this, it becomes 532. No, 432. Okay, so this is 432, 432, and just add. Okay, so you can just add and see. So I'll add this here. This is 8, 16 and 8 is 24. I'll take 4. 2 is my carryover. Again, 24 plus 2 is 26. So 6, 2 is my carryover. So this is this. 10,648. Okay, so similarly here, it's 6 here, 21 is my carryover. Now I'll add. So all you are doing in this case is to find the cubes. You are not taking multiplication to a bigger event. You are just, simplifying it by taking it in the addition terms. That's it. So if you're strong in addition, you can solve in jiffy and get the answer. So 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, right? 8, 9, sorry, 9. Then it is 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6. I'm putting 6 in the smaller version because I'm going to take it to the other side. So this is again 6. So 66 I'll take as carryover here. So this becomes 66 as my carryover. So all my carryovers I'm circling it across. So 6 2 is 12, 12 and 2 is 12 plus 2 is 14. So 4, 1 is my carryover. So 7, 8, 8 plus 3 is 11 again here. So 4 and 3 is 7. So 71, I'll take 71 here. So this is 7, 8 and 2. So 2,87,496 will be my answer. Okay.
Ma'am, can you please solve 99 cube for us?
99 cube. All right, we'll solve. So 99 cube. Okay, so 99 cube, it's the same procedure. So of course, by seeing the number, you can conclude that it is a doublet. So since it is doublet, you take 9, okay, as your major part. So 9 cube is 729. So you take 729, 729, 729, and 729. So then you leave the first and last numbers, take these, double it. So 700, 700 is 1400, and 1429 and doubled will be let's take 30 double is 60. So 1460 minus 2 is 1458. Okay, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So this is again 1458. 700,458. Right. So now I add. Okay, this becomes 972. So 8 and 2 is 10. 10 plus 9 is 9. Okay, so the rest all is my, I'm taking it to the next digits. So 8 plus 2, 10, 9, 19. 1 is my smaller carryover. So this is 10, 5, 15, 1. Okay, so say 8 and 4 is 12, 1 and 2. So 225. So I'll take 225 to the other side. Right, now again I'll add. So 8, okay, 16, 17, 17 and 5 will be 20, 17 and 5 will be 20. Okay, 17, okay, I'll repeat again. 17 and 5 will be 22, 2. Okay, again my smaller carryover. So this is 6, 6 and 5 is 11, 1. So 10, 14, 2. So 241 is my number here. So let me erase all this. So now you add again. So this is 10, 1, 5, 7 and 9. So 9,70,299 will be your answer. Okay, it's the same procedure, no big difference. Right? I hope I hope the concepts are clear till this. So let's move on to the next part, which is your different numbers. So this is a little different from all the other three. Now let's take 23 cube. So let's take 23 cube, or we can also take 34 cube. So we can solve these two and see. See if it is 23 cube and 34 cube. Okay. To solve this, you take 2 cube which is 8 on one side, 3 cube which is 27 on the other side. So I'm taking 2 cube and 3 cube here. Similarly, here 3 cube which is 27 on one side, 4 cube which is 64 on the other side. Right. Now, so the center two numbers, I have to take four numbers as in all the other cases. So the center two numbers are, it's like 2 square into 3 and 3 square into 2. So here it is 3 square into 4 and 4 square into 3. It's like a square b and b square a. So 2 square is 4, 4 threes is 12, 3 square is 9, 9 twos is 18. Okay, 9 twos is 18. So similarly, here also 3 square is 9, 9 fours is 36, 4 square is 16, 16 threes is 48. Okay, so after this, it's very simple. It's the same procedure after this. So you leave these two numbers, double this. So 18 double becomes 36, 12 double becomes 24. Okay, then you add. So this is 7 here, this is 2 here, 18 plus 2 is 20, 20 plus 36 is 56. So you take this one 5 here. So 24 and 12 will be 36, 36 and 5 is 41. So 1, 4 here. So 4 and 8 is 12. So 1, 2, 1, 6, 7 will be your answer. So the same case here also, you leave these two numbers, double this. So 48 double 50 doubled is 100. So 48 doubled is 96. Just 2 less. So 4 less than 100. So 36 doubled is 72. And you add. Okay. So 4, 6 is your carryover. So 6 and 6 is 12. 12 and 8 is 20. So this is my smaller carryover. So 2 plus 4 is again, or let's take, okay, 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 and 9 is 15. So this must be 15 here. I'm going to take 15 to the other side. I'll take this here. So 6 and 5 is 11. 11 plus 2 is 30. 3, 1. So 2, 5, 5 and 7 is 12. So this is 123 here. So I'm going to take 12 to the other side. So this is 9 and 3. 39,304 is the answer for 34 cube, and 12,167 will be the answer for 23 cube. See, cubes, finding out cubes must be, once you practice, see, I'm telling you, practice makes a huge difference when it comes to aptitude. Definitely, it is not like, you start solving aptitude today, to tomorrow you become genius. No, it's not going to, happen like that. It's a gradual process. It cannot happen in overnight. It's a very, very slow and gradual process. You can form groups, among your friends. Start solving, start practicing, discuss with your friends. You can take each and every concept, because this is what we did. We sit with different, we take a group of five people forms a group. We take different concepts. Maybe a person A solves time and distance one day, a person B solves time and work one day, a person C solves numbers one day, a person D solves any part of reasoning one day, a person E solves again a calendars or cubes in one day. So probably 2 or 3 problems in each concept, fair enough. So you sit along, half an hour you spend, you discuss the problem which you solved with the others. So all the 5 members learn all these 3 problems. So ultimately 15 into 3, 5 into 3, 15 problems you solve in a day. Spending half an hour solving 15 problems. It's a very big number. So follow strategies like this. It's a gradual process. I'm telling you, it will not come, for you in overnight, but practice. And stop using calculators. Trust me, if you're using calculators, definitely you become handicapped at the time of your examination. So don't use your calculators and start solving by these strategies. When you are about to solve by, if you wanted to find 23 power, so if you wanted to calculate 23 power 5, split. So 23 power 5 you can split as, say, let me just do it here. Okay, if you are supposed to calculate 23 power 5, Just split this number. So you can split it as 23 cube and 23 square. So you know to calculate 23 square, you know to calculate 23 cube. So multiply that. So it's just that one multiplication will give you the answer. Or you can also do this. See, 23 square you found out. So again 23 square. Imagine 23 square will be a 3-digit number. So if it is a 3-digit number, again a 3-digit, multiplying 3-digit and 3-digit will take your time. So this is a wrong process. It's not called as wrong process, but it is a lengthy process. It will take a lot of your time and space. So don't go by this. You can go by just one multiplication to give your answer. So you calculate 23 cube, 23 square, just multiply those two to give your answer. Right? So this is how you, literally minimize all your time to find out. So squares and, cubes are like this. So you can let me know if you have any clarifications. We'll quickly move on to find the square roots and cube roots. Okay, I'll quickly tell you to find out the square roots and cube roots for a perfect square and cube number. All right. Let's take some square numbers. Okay, so or let's take some cube numbers and then find. Okay. You can tell me any cube numbers that you know. I mean, maybe if you know any cube numbers, you can definitely tell me.
216,
We just solved a couple of cube numbers, right? You can even tell me that.
216 or 343 now.
No. I'm talking about cube numbers of any two-digit number. Cubes of two-digit number. We just solved some
343.
numbers, right? 32. So if you have the numbers, you can tell me.
So should I tell you the cube answer, ma'am? Like what will we solve?
No. I just want the cube numbers. Cube numbers.
Okay, so for 32 we got 32,768.
32,768.
768.
isn't it?
68, ma'am.
68. 768. Okay.
68.
So we just solved 32,768. Just give me a second. I'm trying to calculate. I'm trying to find out some cube numbers. Okay, so let it be. So 32,768. So this is one of your cube number. Now I just give you a short gist. Like we started with a puzzle, then we understood how to solve or how to find out the squares of any two-digit number. Then we shifted on to finding out the cubes of any two-digit number. And now we have come to a point where you're going to find the cube roots of a two-digit number. Okay. Now coming on to this, see here you have to be very careful. Now this is your cube numbers. Okay, this is your cube numbers and these are your cube roots. Okay, this is your cube numbers and these are your cube roots. So this is your cube number. 32,768 is a perfect cube number and you are going to find the cube root. Okay, you are going to find the cube root of this number. You will not imagine, this is very simple. It doesn't take any of your time. Just by looking at the number in seconds, you can tell the answer for this. So 32,768, right? Now to find out the cube root of any perfect cube number, okay, all you have to do is take the last 3 digit separately. That is 1, 2, 3 block. Okay, whatever might be a number, it can either see a perfect cube number. Okay, that is for a cube root of 2 digit. A perfect cube number can either be a 5-digit number or can be a 6-digit number. Definitely not more than that. Okay, because it's still 99 cube also carries, a lesser number only. So 32,768. Now it's a 5-digit number. So you separate the last 3 digits, independently. Now, what is your this number? Okay, this number decides your ones digit of your cube root, and this number decides the tens digit of your cube. Okay, I repeat, it's a cube number. You're going to find the cube root of it. Okay, so this number you are dividing now 1, 2, 3. Just block the number. Now this number gives you this is going to decide the ones digit of your cube root, and this number will decide the tens digit of your cube root. Okay, so here when I'm going to take this ends in 8. Now, if you could observe, okay, if you could observe, what is a number, what is a cube number that I have 8 in my ones place? So I have 1 here, I have 8 here, I have 7, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 9, and 0. None of the units number repeats, and also number 8 will go in for this category, okay, whose cube root is 2. So, of course, the cube root of 32,768 will have 2 as its ones place. Okay, I repeat. So I am going to block the last 3 numbers 1, 2, 3. I'm going to block it out. So this particular number decides the ones place of my cube root, and this number, okay, it can either be a 2-digit or a 3-digit as in case. So this number is going to decide the tens digit of my say cube root. Okay, so in this number, the one which is going to decide my ones place has 8 in its units place. So I'm going to see which cube number has 8 in its units place. So of course, 2 cube is 8. So whose 8 cube root is 2. So of course, the ones place is going to be my 2 here. Now let's come for this 32. Now 32 lies between what two numbers of the cube numbers? So it's 27 here and it's 64 here. So 32 lies between 27 and 64. So since 32 lies between 27 and 64, I take the least part here, which is 27, whose cube root is 3. So this is going to be 3. So my tens place of the cube root is 3. So which means that 32,768's cube root is 32. Is it clear? You got the cross verification? You can suggest me any other cube number.
Ma'am, we have 7,53,571
One
cube root.
second.
Yes, ma'am.
1 second. 7 lakh
7,53,571.
571. 7,53,571. See, imagine now it's very, very crucial that you have to know if it is a perfect cube number. That's very, very important. Okay, see the strategy that I would follow is I'll find the cube root, and on the other side to confirm because as I know the shortcuts to find the cubes, I'll again cube and see if this is going to be my answer. So since it is 7,53,571, so 1, 2, 7 lakh, okay, 7,53,507. 1, 2, 3. I'll block this. So 1, 2, 3, block. So this digit will decide the ones place of my cube root, and this digit will decide the tens place of my cube root. So I have 1 here. I'll see where I have 1 in my units place. Of course, I have 1 cube, so this is 1. So 753 lies between 729 and 1000. That is 9 cube and 10 cube. So I'll take the least part of it, the first part of it, which is 9. So 91 cube should be 7,53,571. Is it clear?
Ma'am, can you also explain to us how to identify whether a number is, perfect cube root or not?
See, there is no there is no quick strategy and all to identify if that is a perfect cube number. All you can do is, it's going to be 91. So you can check by solving 91 cube, right? I guess that will be more ample rather than solving it by any shortcut. So 91 cube, you can check, 9 cube, or you can just take 1, 9, 9 square, 81, 9 cube, 729. So you take 18, 81 doubled is 162, add and see. Simple. Okay, you can cross verify in that way. That's the most I mean ample way of solving it, because instead of going out for any strategy again, like any identification, not all the time it follows the correct order. So it's always better that you multiply, that is, you find the 91 cube and better take the answer in the right way. So that should be the most appropriate method to identify.
Okay, ma'am.
Right.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
But what if we get like a really long 6-digit or 7-digit number? So how do we
Okay.
know that it's not a cube? So will the
That's all.
method
That's
which
all.
you
See, suppose if you take any number, like you take 970 if this is your number, okay, so you take 1, 2, 3 block, so 9 has 970, 9's between this, so 99. But you understand, 99 cube answer is 970299. Okay, so it's just a small number which has been changed. So it's better. See, there is no easy way to either add, because there are a lot of strategies. But what I have seen is not all the time those strategies will give you the correct appropriate answer. It can only be your approximate part. So to get the exact appropriate answer, in case of, see, when you, it depends on the examinations. Now, when you take any competitive exams, so competitive exams majorly cross check or cross verify with all these techniques. Okay, so in that case, it's better you know to find 99 cube. So better take 99 cube, solve it, and cross verify if that is your answer. Clear?
Okay, ma'am.
So with
Thank
the
you so much.
choices, you can definitely go with the answer.
And ma'am, we have
Now,
one more request.
yeah.
Uh, 5,71,787.
5,71,000. That I think that's the number which we solved a couple of minutes back. No, I don't
No,
know.
ma'am.
Anyways, you tell the number, we'll call and see. Yeah, 5,71,000.
71,787.
787, right? So you have 1, 2, 3 block, 7 in your units place. So 7 is here. So whose root is 3. 571 lies between what two numbers? 512 and 729. So I take 512 whose cube root is 3. So 83 cube should be your answer. So to confirm, you can check by taking 83 cube and find. Okay, to confirm. See, if it is your options, of course, you can go with that. If not, it depends on the questions. Okay, it entirely depends on the questions. Clear? 83 cube is 5,71,787. Okay, but remember, finding out cubes is easier when compared to finding out squares. Any guesses why is it not easier? Because squares, of course, should be easier than cubes, but still finding out the cube roots is easier than finding out the square roots. Any guesses? Any guesses? I'll write the square numbers also here. 2 square is 4. See, I hope you understand my question. Finding out the cube roots is easier than finding out the square roots of a two-digit number. Think about the reason why is it difficult? I mean, little, it is not difficult, but why it is not easier compared to the cubes in a 4 square is 16, 5 square. Can you tell me why is it not easier compared to the squares? See here, you have
Um,
one in your units place and one in your units place. You have 4 in your units place and 4 here. You have 9 here and 9 here. So 6 here and 6 here, right? So your units number are repeated. Okay, in the case of cubes, we didn't have that problem at all. The numbers are unique. The cube numbers, that is here again, it is your square numbers, and here is your square roots. Okay, in the case of cube numbers, in the case of cube numbers, the cube numbers have had unique, the units number. But in this case, the square numbers is not like that. The numbers are not unique. You have repeated numbers. So you have 9. Suppose if you take a number like this, say 5797. Okay, or okay, a square number cannot have odd number in its units place. So let's take 4, 5794. So with 4, you cannot come to a conclusion if the if the number, the last number is 2 or the last number is 8. Okay, you cannot come to a conclusion. So that is why we say square numbers are a little difficult. I mean, a little time consuming rather than your cube numbers. So with the cube numbers, you can just by looking at the numbers, you can tell the answer. But with the cubes, it's not so. Okay. Now let me take one number. Now let me take one number 4489. I'm taking this number 4489. So I'm going to find the square root of this. Okay, I'm going to find the square root of 4489. So in the case of cubes, what we did is that we counted that is we segregated or we separated the last 3 numbers. In this case, in the case of squares, you are going to take or you're going to block the last 2 numbers. So 1, 2, block. Okay, you're going to block the last 2 numbers. Now what happens is, okay, so last 2 numbers, right? Now 89, right? So this number as usual is going to decide my ones place of the square root, and this number is going to decide the tens place of my square root. So 89, I have 9 as for here and for here. So my ones number can either be 3 or it can be 7. Okay, I repeat, the ones number can either be 3 or it can be 7. Okay, I cannot come to a conclusion. But tens digit I can decide. So 44, 44 lies between what 2 numbers? 36 and 49. 44 lies between 36 and 49, where I take the 36 into consideration, whose square root is 6. So the number can either be 63 or 67. So the number can either be 63 or 67. Now, how do you confirm if it is 63 or 67? Is that you have, this is your reference number. Remember, this is your reference number. So here you have 6. So 6 following number is 7. So 6's following number is 7. You multiply those two. The product of 6 and 7 is 42. Right? Now compare 44 and 42. So as I told you, this is your reference number. You just tell me if 44 is greater than 42. So among these two numbers, the greater number should be your answer. I repeat. Okay, I'm going to find the square root. Okay, I'm going to find the square root for 4489. I'm going to find the square root for 4489. So I block the last two numbers. 1, 2, block. Okay, this number decides the ones place of my square root, and this number decides the tens place of my square root. So ones place and tens place. So I have 9 here. I check where I have 9. I have 3 and 7. So it can either be 3 or 7. That is my square root can either have 3 or 7 in my ones place. Now I have 44 here. This is my reference number. So 44 lies between what two numbers? It lies between 6 and 7. That is 36 and 49. I'll take 36 into consideration, whose square root is 6. So my number can either be 63 or 67. So the square root of 44 can either be 63 or 67. But how do I confirm? Now I take 6. Okay, 6's following number is 7. So 6 sevens is 42. This is my reference number. If this number is greater, the greatest number among these two will be my answer. If this number is smaller, of course, the smallest number will be my answer. So since 42 is greater than, since 44 is greater than 42, I go for the larger number, which is 67. So square root of 4489 is 67. I hope it's clear. Let me solve another number. Okay, I'm going to take 6084. Okay, let me take 6084. Okay, I'm going to find the square root of this. So, of course, 1, 2 block. So, 4 in sense, I must be having 8 or 2. So, my units number can either be 2 or it can be 8. So, 60 lies between what two numbers? It lies between 49 and 64. I take 49 into consideration, whose square root is 7. So, it can either be 72. That is, my number can either be 72 or 78. The square number, the root number can either be 72 or 78. Now 7, I have 7's following number is 8. 7 8 is 56. So this is my reference number. So 60 is greater than 56. So 78 will be my answer. Is it clear? You can let me know if you have any queries. All right. All right. So I hope it's clear. So yes, Pragati, you have something to say?
No, ma'am, please carry on.
All right, all right. Thank you. So I'll just have a quick brush up. Like we started with the importance of aptitude. I actually had a lot of informations about your, your campus placements and about your NQT test, about your core cubes, about your e-litmus, about your, AMCAT, about your UPSC, TNPSC, and everything. I had a lot of informations, but unfortunately, there's some technical error where I was not able to share my screen. So that's the thing. Maybe in the next sessions we can just have a look at it. Right, so we in this particular session we started with finding out the squares of two-digit number, finding out the cubes of two-digit number, square roots and cube roots of say 5 and 6-digit numbers. So this is what we completed in this session. Maybe in the next session I'll take you through a different kinds of problems, more applications, and so. Okay, so thank you all so much. Thanks a lot for you know for raising all the questions. I hope you were all interested in to raise all the questions. So thanks a lot. Best wishes.
Hello. Hello, hope I'm audible. Hello. Good evening, girls. Thanks a lot, Shabana ma'am. It was a wonderful session. You gave a lot of insights about what is all about aptitude and what is the importance of aptitude in a student's life. And I hope students understood the shortcuts you taught for them with regards to square roots, cube roots, and you also solved some puzzles. It was very interesting and interactive and a good clarity in your session. And thanks a lot for that wonderful session, Shabana ma'am. And students, thank you very much for the participation. We will be posting the feedback link in the chat box. So kindly fill in the feedback link before 7 p.m. today. And tomorrow, day 3 will be interview skills. So log in sharp by 3:45 p.m. at least 15 minutes before the session. And don't miss the session tomorrow also. So thank you, placement team. Thank you, placement coordinators Pragati and Vedika. Thank you, our technical team, Tamarai and Naranjana. Thank you, Sashi ma'am, for assisting us throughout this event. And thanks a lot, Shabana ma'am, for this wonderful session. Thank you, girls. Thanks a lot. Meet you all tomorrow and day 3 interview skills session. I hope you are posting the feedback, Tamarai. Tamarai, are you here or